Chapter 9, Consciousness, November 11th, 2022. At this point, I am all in on the metaphysical, or the woo-woo, as detractors tried to label it. Spiritual folks said, yeah, the woo, we can own that. It's funny when an insult is grabbed by the insulted and embraced to the point that the insult loses its power. Through a lot of reading, videos, and online courses, I had absorbed a workable understanding of consciousness. Consciousness applies to all sentient beings, humans, extraterrestrials, ET, and extra-dimensionals, ED. To be fair, some would argue everything from plants to fish to bugs to rocks have consciousness. I'm not one to argue against that idea, but I will stick to higher levels of consciousness as I understand. The states of consciousness include waking, sleeping, dreaming, and meditation. Dreaming includes lucid dreams and precognition. Meditation is the unbound, pure consciousness and easier to access than your dreams. Meditation is also obviously easier to pull off than a physical encounter with ETs or EDs. Meditation would continue to change my worldview as the months and years plodded on. Sometimes when you look into the dark with your consciousness, the dark looks back. With all the podcasts I was consuming, I had found the mystery of Dogman to be fascinating. If you are new to the idea of Dogman, just imagine the evil wolf version of Bigfoot. The legendary beast of Bray Road was a dogman first described back in the 1980s along a lonely stretch of road in Wisconsin. But unlike the mixture of good or scary reports of Sasquatch encounters, I have only heard horrific tales of dogman encounters. It seems almost like the dogmen are feeding off the fear of the humans they stumble across. A common theme is that the dogman chases the storyteller, but never captures them. Even though it would be easy to run the human down and eat them for dinner. At one point, I was so focused on dogman stories that I believe I might have lit myself up to the consciousness of the dogman. I believe this because there was a week of time where I could feel an entity watching me from the woods. Every time I left my house and drove past a patch of woods, I could feel the intense gaze of an entity of some sort watching me from the tree line. I have felt being watched before, but that week felt much more focused. Then I would drive past homes and shopping centers and feel nothing. A few miles later, when I pulled parallel to another patch of woods, I could feel the same entity watching me again. Like that being could portal jump from the safety of one wood patch to the next as it followed me. Needless to say, it was more than a little unnerving, magnified by the large patch of woods across the street from our home and another 12 acres of woods behind our property. I stopped listening to Dogman podcasts and stopped thinking about the beast. Immediately, the watching entity stopped. Since this, I have come to learn that Dogman seems to have a very strong spiritual component to it, much more so than Bigfoot seems to have. Others have commented that when they were thinking about Dogman a lot, or even trying to remote view the beast seemed to look back at them from the dark. This boogeyman seems to be able to notice people focusing their attention on them and sniff them out. Learning that just makes me shut down any ideas I may have of listening to stories about this incredibly mysterious and dangerous creature. Fast forward in time, and I'm working with a friend that is honing her skills with the QHHT practice. We were doing abbreviated sessions where she would count me down and do one life regression and then count me back up. One of these occasions blew both our minds as I regressed back to a time on Earth around 1.5 million years ago. The evidence for that rough time frame is mind-blowing, but I'll get to that.
Now you are coming down from your cloud, drifting and floating, coming down to the ground.
Christy cooed hypnotically.
Now, what do you see?
Rolling hills with lots of big animals, I said.
What do the animals look like?
They are huge and hairy, woolly mammoths and woolly rhinos, and looks like deer or gazelles. Saber-toothed cats are enemy.
Oh, okay.
Christy began.
Can you look down at your body? What do your feet look like?
Hairy. Dog feet.
Dog feet?
Christy's voice quickened with excitement.
Can you look up your legs at your body and see what your body looks like?
Animal. I look like a wolf. Like a massive wolf bigger than any man.
Are you walking on 4 legs or 2?
We can stand on our hind legs when we interact with each other like men do. But when we hunt, we get down on all 4 legs so we can chase down prey. The others with me look like werewolves, I said, matter of fact.
Do you have hands or 4 feet?
Looking at my hands, they are different than my feet. More like raccoon hands with really long fingers and nails. Mean, ugly raccoon hands.
You said there are others with you.
Yeah, my tribe.
Are they male and female? How many are there?
Christy asked. We are all male, me plus 5 others. We are about 10 feet tall when we stand up. Very muscular, large upper body, wide shoulders, big teeth.
Are you on Earth?
Christy asked. Yeah, but we used to live inside.
Inside? You mean inner Earth?
Yeah, I answered.
Why do you live outside now?
We found a way out of underground. Underground was hard life. Not much food and many of my kind.
Okay, so your group of dogmen left inner Earth to come outside. Can you go to the place you left inner Earth? What does the entrance to inner Earth look like?
It is on the side of a hill. Looks like cave opening, but it has square stones like bricks lining the hole. Someone had to make it.
What did you eat when you lived underground? Was there light underground? How did you see?
Christy asked. Rats and lizards. We ate little things.
What about light?
Christy asked again.
How did you see underground?
Some of the rocks made light. It was dim, but you could see. My group was small and we had no females, so we had to be careful of the bigger packs. One day we found a new tunnel that took us up to the skyland. It was warm and bright and had so much food everywhere.
Are you the pack leader?
No, I said. The pack leader is the biggest of us. He is white and gray, mostly white, but 2 others challenge him a lot.
Do you see any animals that walk on 2 legs? Not like you, but any other animals?
Yes. Very small creatures with a little hair on body. They are dumb. My tribe can talk with our brains, but the little creatures cannot.
Talk with your brain? You mean use telepathy?
Christy asked, surprised. Yeah, but we have to look in each other's eyes to send mind speak. We talk that way and it is helpful when we hunt.
Okay. Let us move forward to an important day in this life. Something important. What do you see?
Another pack like us. Another pack has found the way out and entered our valley. 13 of them, and they have a female. Any pack with a female is strong. Stronger than us.
What happens next?
Christy asked. I want to run. This land is huge, but leader wants to stay and fight for this valley. 2 gang up on the leader and defeat him. He ran away. Now new leader is gray. He tells us we will run to next valley over the mountains.
Okay, now let us move forward to the last day of this life as a dogman. Where are you? What is happening?
I am alone. My pack was slowly killed by the other pack with the female.
What is happening?
Christy prodded. I am fighting a woolly mammoth by myself.
That sounds dangerous.
Christy said. Yes. Normally 4 or 5 of us can take one down, but very dangerous for just me. It is like a small meadow surrounded by big trees. Oh, it hit me and I flew into a large rock.
Are you okay?
Christy asked. Number, I think my back is broken. I can't move. The mammoth walks away. I just lay here and slowly die.
You don't have to feel any pain. You are just an observer.
Christy said.
Looking at this life, why do you think you were shown this? What is the lesson of this life?
To remind Matt that the universe is more varied and magical than any human realizes. In my life now, I have had 3 back surgeries for herniated lumbar discs. The first at 35 years old and the third at 45. I just find it interesting that my higher self would show me a life where I died from a broken back. Maybe there truly is something to the idea that past life problems and health issues manifest again and again in later life incarnations.